Hello everyone, my name is Big Bad Bear, and welcome back. It's been a little while now, and frankly, I'm as disappointed in myself as you are disappointed in me. But I'm here, I'm back, and I've got some Lego to show you. I'm doing like this big spaceship thing, and these guys are my fighting troops. So these guys protect the space station from alien invaders. So the spaceship itself isn't really a military ship, it's more of an exploration ship. But it still needs its troops to protect it. So that's what these guys are. And there's three main groups, and then there's some subclasses within one of the groups. So let me clear some stuff out of the way and I'll show you some stuff up close. Right, so here we've got the two fighter ships that I've built. And when I was building these, I kind of drew up a general sketchy plan, but as I built, it didn't go exactly to that plan, and I deviated from it slightly, but actually the final result I am absolutely over the moon with. So if I bring one up closer to the camera so you can see. So this front bit is kind of like a some kind of massive blaster weapon that they charge up and fire. I imagine that takes a while to charge up, so they can't just blast anything over and over again with it. But that's like a main heavy cannon weapon. It's got two stud shooters either side of the cockpit, and then on the back it's got a third one for the rear gunner. So you can see there's two pilots in there, and the guy at the back is a rear gunner. So that can turn side to side and fire like that. This is like the main thruster engine, and you've probably seen there's some landing gear. So when it's in flight, that folds away. And that's how that looks. Yeah, like I said, I'm really happy with this. Love the shape of it. Just show you the crew of the other. That's my two fighting class. Not fighting class, my fighter ships. So, on the main spaceship, I'm eventually going to have a hangar for everything pretty much you see in here. Most of the technology is going to be stored in the hangar, so these two, and then the mech suits, which I guess I'll get onto now. Everybody loves a good Lego mech suit. I haven't seen or heard of a single person who doesn't. So when I decided to build a spaceship, I knew that I was going to have at least one type of mech suit. So that's these guys. These are battle mechs to assist the other troops in this kind of group that I've constructed here. None of the people or things in this have a name yet, but if you've got a cool suggestion, be sure to leave it in the comments, and I'll think about using some of the better ones. So this one, they both have two weapons. So this has some kind of semi-automatic thing. I'm not great with gun terminology. I'll say that now before I get blasted anywhere by anyone. But this is cool. I use some of those roller skate pieces as like a big ammo strip or clip or whatever it is, and that's that weapon. And then this one has a big sword slung across the back of the other arm, or resting on its shoulder, I should say. So I'll just take off these weapons, give you a closer look of the actual mech suit. So the arms are articulated thusly. So we've got an elbow joint that can turn like that. The hand can turn at the wrist as well. Oh, I just snapped off the forearm. It's never good, is it? Both arms are like that. One of them's gold, and that's because the pilots themselves have a gold arm underneath. And you'll notice that some of the characters in this spaceship have coloured arms, and that's just to signify a class or a rank. I thought that was a cool detail, but oh blimey, that was not intentional. I was going to say, while I'm here, let me show you how it opens up. It does not open by breaking it. That was a mistake. Folds like that. This design is actually inspired by one of Mindbender's creations, because he does a lot of very small mech suits, and I thought I'd give it a go. The legs only have one joint, and that's at the hip. It's a ball joint, so there's a lot of movement, but mostly forwards and backwards, which is the most important one. Back to this guy, identical mech, but different weapons. So he's got some kind of massive heavy cannon slung under his arm there, just mucking about with pieces. That came together, looks kind of cool. And then some kind of more common blaster thing on his other arm. Again, just messing around, see what worked, and looks like that did. This is actually one of those barb pieces from some of the Spider-Man sets. Just thought it was cool as an extra thing. But yeah, those are the mech suits. And last but not least are my ground troops. Well, I say ground troops. They've got some fun features about them. So this is your standard troop. He's just got a standard rifle thing. This was actually quite challenging to make. I'll just show you that close up. This is a candle piece inserted into one of those 1x1 tiles with a vertical bar, and this is that new or relatively new piece with a single bar. That's like a magazine or a clip or whatever it's called. This back here is a T-bar inserted into two studs with bar-sized holes, and it's just a lightsaber piece as a sight or a scope or whatever it is. So standard troop, he's got a little jump pack on his back. So in universe, this is actually like a backpack, so you can put stuff inside it. It doesn't open up with the Lego pieces, but that's what that's supposed to be. And like I said, it's a jump pack, so that's those are some thrusters. So as he's running along, he'd activate it and then blast off into the air, just to help to negotiate some tougher terrain. But he's got a communication aerial for coordinating with the team or with ships or anything like that. This is just a sidearm that he's got stored on his pack, and that's a basic troop. This is actually the commander. She's also the same kind of troop, but she's in charge. So the red helmet tells the others that she's the boss, so it's easier to spot her. This blue is actually, it's the same as the pilots of the spaceships that I showed you a few minutes ago. That just means that she's pilot trained, so the pilots of the ships have those, and because she's been pilot trained, she's got the blue arm. But apart from that, she's identical to the first guy. Same gun, same sidearm, same jump pack. She's the same. Red helmet, blue on her suit, but other than that, same type of soldier. Then we get some more interesting stuff. So these two are heavy troopers, and this guy has some kind of massive Gatling gun thing, and I've used a chain here as some kind of ammo strip going into his pack, so theoretically that would be inside the pack and then come out as he's firing it. This isn't actually a sidearm, that's a turret. So these guys are heavies, so they're not as quick or mobile as some of the other troops, so they can't turn around quickly. So to cover their blind spots, they've got a little turret that swivels and zaps people that might be approaching them from behind. He's got an antenna as well, and this, instead of a jump pack, he's heavy, so he can't jump like that. It doesn't make sense, at least in my head. So he's got this little stopper instead. So when he sets up to lay down some fire, the stopper comes down, pins him in place, so he doesn't fall backwards from the flurry of blasting whatever he is from the front of the gun. I thought that was interesting to also. It actually serves a physical purpose, because as you'll see with this next guy, he is very, very top heavy. This is just overkill. That's all I can say, really. He's just overkill. He's got this kind of massive photon blaster thing. I have no idea. It's just a massive gun, and that fires things. He's got the same turret as the previous guy, but his antenna isn't up here. It's actually on the back of this massive thing. So if this gun wasn't big enough, he's got this. This is some kind of anti-tank, anti-aircraft, massive blast thing. I don't know what to call it, because no name would do it justice. It's just this gigantic force of unstoppable destruction. And when he's firing it, he's got this little sight thing that can come round and come in front of his helmet and help him target up and down. This only swivels up and down. I kind of wanted it to turn side to side, but it doesn't do that, unfortunately. Maybe I can work on a second version that does do that. And once again, he's got the stopper, and as I said, ooh, I keep breaking things today, I'm sorry. But yeah, as I said, he's very top heavy, so without the stopper, when the gun's back, he just falls over, which isn't good. But that's that guy. Now we've got a kind of aerial troop, so you'll notice the uniforms. I don't know if you spotted on the other guys, but they're clone trooper uniforms. This is actually, I think, Proxima Midnights from the Avengers Infinity War line, and I used it because it looked sleeker and kind of almost less armoured, so it's supposed to be lighter and more aerodynamic, so she can fly quicker, because this is a flight pack instead of a jump pack, so the boosters themselves are longer, but she's also got these directional ones, so she can control where exactly she's going to move in the air. Two aerials this time. One is for receiving and the other is for emitting signals, because while she's moving about, she needs to be coordinating her position or some kind of rubbish like that. I don't know. It just made sense to me for her to have two. She's got a different helmet, again, more streamlined, aerodynamic, make her quicker. And then this is just a longer rifle, fires maybe some kind of precision bolt or something. She doesn't have a sidearm, doesn't need it. She's got that. And I thought on this one it would be cool if this grey piece on the back, that's the clip, and it loads into the back of the gun like that. I don't know how practical that would be in real life, but I just thought it was cool. So that's the aerial troop. And then last but certainly not least, we've got the sniper. The sniper's fun. He's in camouflage apart from his helmet, and that's because I don't have a helmet that is this colour. I don't know if that's a thing that even exists. If anybody knows that that's a thing, if you could drop a comment and tell me where I can find it and buy it, because I would really love this guy to not have a white helmet, because if he's camouflaged everywhere but his head, there's a very obvious problem there, because that's the easiest place to kill someone. If you shoot him in his head, he's dead. So maybe I need to find a better colour, but I haven't got one yet. He's got the same jump pack as these two standard troops from before, the captain and the other guy. Same sidearm, aerial, jump, etc. But his weapon is, well, it's different. So it's much longer. Well, I guess to help with precision, aiming. I don't know. I don't know how guns work. I was just putting pieces together. I've used binoculars as the clip down here. The stock and the handle is different on this one, and for the scope I've used a shiny lightsaber piece, which means it's better, don't question that logic, and there's a little lens on the front, just all to make it look like it zooms further. This is actually a stand that folds out, so when he's lying on the ground looking for, I don't know, targets, people to shoot, he can lie down and the stand comes up and allows him to do that. He's also got these goggles on his helmet to help him zoom when he's not looking down the scope, so he can identify who he's shooting and then use the scope to get more accuracy, more precise or something. I don't know, it just looks cool. I don't know what I'm doing really. I'm just having fun with Lego. But yeah, that's that guy. That's the sniper. All of these people do have a version of them without the helmets, so I'll just show you that quickly now. Alright, here they are. Incapacitated, clearly, but I couldn't be bothered to set them up. So that's the sniper. He's rarely seen without a cap. Once again, if you have names for these guys or backstories or anything like that, drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you think and then maybe pick some of the best ones. But yeah, this guy always wears a cap, always. He's never seen without it. I don't know why, maybe you do. Let me know. This is the trooper from before, the standard guy, not the captain, but just the standard trooper. He's the youngest, and he never really takes it seriously, and he's prone to missing targets. He's the freshest face, and he hasn't had as much experience or anything like that. So that's him. Then we've got, this is the Gatling gun heavy guy. There's not much really to say about this guy. That's just him. This isn't Thor. Stop it. It's not Thor. But again, feel free to name him. That's the guy with the massive gun, the overkill anti-tank one. Yeah, name, drop it. This is our aerial troop. I don't know what planet she's from, but she's an alien and she's green. Again, name, planet, where's she come from? You let me know. I'll think about some of the suggestions. And then finally, last but not least, we've got the captain, and she is grumpy all the time, and she's got some kind of dark past, but I don't know it. Again, maybe you do. But yeah, like I said before, she is pilot trained, so she's got the blue arm, and yeah, that's her. I figured I'd also show you the pilots of the ships while I'm at it. So these two are a team here. So that's those guys. This is the quantum suit from the Avengers Endgame line, and blue arm because they're pilots. So that's one duo, and then we've got the other duo here. These two are maybe a bit more reckless than the other ones, maybe a bit more aggressive. I don't know. They look kind of maybe a bit evil, but they're not evil. They're just, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna let you tell me why do they look a bit more sinister? But yeah, again, same quantum suit, same blue arm. These guys are pilots. That's what pilots look like. And these are the mech pilots, golden arms for mech pilot, I guess. And these have some kind of body armor. This is the the Iron Legion suits from Avengers Age of Ultron, the line that Lego did that. They're both in the Avengers Tower set, I believe. But yeah, that's the mech pilots. Alright, so that is the combat forces of my spaceship. Let me know what you thought. Any suggestions for anything else would be greatly appreciated. I am going to do a third one of that little combat mech. I just need to find the pieces and put it together. But I think the next thing I'm going to work on is the hangar. So if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified when I do that, along with all sorts of other stuff that I do. So I do a lot of video game stuff. I might do some drawing stuff in the near future, but don't hold me to that. And yeah, more Lego bits and pieces. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.